Hello. So I bought some new headphones and they died like 5 minutes after I started walking. So I decided, why not make my dreams come true and make a little YouTube video. If I want to be a YouTuber, then you're gonna have to upload YouTube videos, honey. Yeah, so here I am walking my favorite trail. I'm just passing the point that I told myself I wanted to walk to, but it's not like, it doesn't feel crazy hot today, so I'm gonna keep walking. I decided I'll just get on here and talk a little bit, maybe about the past week. Maybe this will just be like a week wrap up and looking into the next week kind of vlog. So I'm taking my hot girl walk now. This past week I was actually in Connecticut for a work training. I'm starting a new job, a second job, and right now I'm a group fitness instructor part-time. I'm only working about 15 hours, but the hourly pay is like pretty good, but not like everything I need to cover my half of things. So I'm doing a second job and I'm going to be stretching people, which I was like kind of nervous about because you have to touch people. But it's actually really nice, and I feel like a healer, you know. Yeah, so this past week I was in Connecticut to train for that, and it was really nice to like kind of have a break. Like when we first got there, the manager was like, I have a feeling you really needed this break. I was like, oh, you know, whatever, not really. Then by like the middle end of it, I was like, this was needed, because I just had a whole glow up. I started looking younger, my skin started looking better. Like the night that I got there, on Sunday, I did an everything shower. I shaved, did my hair, did my nails. What else did I do? I did a face mask and just was able to like really relax. And I watched a YouTube video, and that was so nice. Oh, look how cute these are. What is this? This is so cute. I love nature. Anywho, so yeah, Sunday I like set the tone for the week, and I was like, this is gonna be a week of me just like relaxing, taking care of myself. Obviously, I was also there for work, like the training and stuff, but that didn't really take too much out of me. Hi. Because it was 9 to 5, and we were in a really cute area. It was like a 5-minute walk, if that, to the studio where we were doing our training from the hotel. The hotel was nice. It was just so nice all around. The weather there is perfect this time of the year. I was in Norwalk, Connecticut, if anyone's familiar with that. Maybe I'll insert a few clips. But yeah, it was very nice. Just eating, doing my hot girl walks, learning something that I was interested in with the stretching. Also getting stretched the whole week was so nice as well. And I just felt so relaxed, and like I really felt like myself, because I was able to spend so much time just taking care of myself. And I think because I got married and had kids so young, I didn't have a huge window of time where it was like, okay, I'm done with work, and I'm done with school. Now what do I want to do? Like it hasn't always been about me, but that week it was all about me. Like, where do I want to eat for lunch? Where do I want to eat for dinner? What do I want to eat for breakfast? Like, just me. Which way do I want to walk? Can't zoom out. Okay. So, yeah, it was a really nice reset. And when I decided on the last night, well, I decided this before I even went. On the last night, I was going to go to New York, because it was like less than a 2-hour train ride. I really feel like it was probably like an hour and a half. And it was so easy. I just had to get on the train to Grand Central Station, I called my friend that used to live in New York for help, but somebody there helped me. And that's one thing I love about being Black. Like, if you just look like you need help, somebody's gonna come help you. Like the Alabama Black Avengers. Y'all remember that. But yeah, but he helped me purchase my ticket, and I was on my way. And when I was on the way, I met this lady. She was fabulous. She was probably like in her 60s, maybe 70s, but just like looks good for that age. She had green nails. She had a big blonde afro, and she was wearing these dark shades. But she was so cool. We just talked about the Olympics, and she was like so amazed by our basketball team and Steph Curry and stuff. Look how beautiful this is. People sleep on San Antonio's nature, but it's beautiful out here. I don't care what anybody has to say. Learn to appreciate the beauty around you. Learn to appreciate the beauty in others and the places you're in. Like when we were in Connecticut, it was like, when we were in Connecticut, we flew into White Plains, New York, which I had never heard of before, but it's a very like old money, rich area with huge houses, lots of trees, and their trees in that part of the country are huge. I never realized that before, but they're so beautiful, and it's like easy to compare like what you're used to that. Look at that grasshopper. I hope you guys can see it. But yeah, it's so important to just like accept people for who they are, accept situations for what they are, and if you aren't planning on changing anything about it, just deal with it. Just keep it moving, you know? Let people be who they're going to be. Let nature or your surroundings be what they're going to be. And if you don't like something about it, you can choose to move around. Hello. Just thought I'd share that real quick. But yeah, just appreciate things for what they are. Because there's beauty in everything. But anyway, before I started talking about that, oh yeah, I was talking to the lady. She recommended a pizza place, but she didn't know the name. She told me, oh, it's just right off of 42nd and Broadway. Girl, I don't know where I am. I'm not about to just go searching for a place I don't know the name of, but I wrote it down in case I'm ever there for a longer amount of time, then maybe I will. These squirrels are so hot, they're laying their little bodies on the concrete. Look, a cardinal. You guys see that? I hope so. And there's my little squirrely friend. Anywho, so yeah, but before, when I had just gotten on the train, I was talking to my friend Sadie. Hey Sadie, if you're watching. And she was like, what are you gonna do on the train? I was like, probably listen to the podcast, do a little journaling, because I had brought my notebook. And then I decided, you know what, let's just do it. Let's just journal. And I'm glad that I told her that, because it was kind of like accountability for me, because journaling is something that I've loved doing since probably as long as I could really write coherently, like 3rd grade. Maybe even before that. When I was in 1st grade, I was already pretty good at writing. Yeah, but sometimes I've noticed, like, in my adult life, if I have a lot going on, or if I haven't like caught my journal up with things, because I'm a everything journaler, like names, details, everything that's on my mind is going to go in my journal, and it just takes up so much time, and I find it hard to write like on a more shallow note, or like, look at how pretty these cactus pears are. You can actually eat those those red fruiting bodies, and they taste pretty good. I've tried them before. You can eat the cactus too, but you'll have to know how to do all that, which I have no idea of how to do that. But anywho, yeah, so I was glad that I told her, because that kind of held me accountable. And I told myself, here, just write one page, because I'm known to write like till my hand is cramping up, till my pen is out of ink, till I'm crying, till I've written like 5 pages. And that's the reason why I like haven't been updated in my journal routine, just because of how much time it takes. But sometimes better than nothing. So I just wrote like a basic synopsis of how I was feeling. And the good thing about journaling is it just like, you just have to immediately drop in to how you're actually doing and how you're actually feeling. And luckily, thankfully, I was feeling good. But I decided that for my like mental health and like well-being and stuff, I need to take a solo trip like quarterly, like 3 to 4 times a year, even if it's just like 2 days, 2 to 5 days. Like my trip to Connecticut was 5 days long, and I only was in New York for probably like 2 hours, but I just wanted to be there, eat pizza, drink a smoothie, walk around, and I did all of those check, honey, by myself. Yes. I just love being by myself. It's so nice. I love all my loved ones too, of course, but there's just something so special about just quality time with myself. Something smells so good. I wonder if that's mountain laurel. I wish there was smell-o-vision. You guys should smell. However, it smells so good. Yeah. So I journaled, and then that was like, oh, you guys can't see. That was like my big insight that I came up with, that I need to make it happen to where I'm spending 2 to 5 days, which 5 kind of got a little bit long, I think, for my kids towards the end. And also 5 days just requires more, like we had to coordinate some family members to come in and pick up the kids from school and drop them off and everything. Well, actually, Earl dropped them off, but to pick them up from school and be with them till Earl got home. So that took a bit of coordination. But like a 2 or 3 day thing, like I feel like we could do that. And I talked to Earl, and he was like, yeah, whatever works best. He's always supporting like whatever I need to do for myself, and I do the same thing for him. We've come a long way. Well, we've always kind of been like that, but we've come a long way in a lot of other ways too. So yeah, now I'm like, okay, Sierra, be serious about this. You did your little summer self-care solo trip, so I need to start planning my fall one and my winter one. Even though this is kind of close to fall, so maybe I'll just do one in the winter depending on how my funds are looking. And also the thing is, I don't have to go way to the other side of the country like I did, even though it was really a breath of fresh air and nice to be around other scenery and stuff. There's also some really cute places around here in San Antonio, like that one year when I was pregnant with Niall and I went on my solo baby moon little getaway trip. That was just right in, where was that? That was in Marble Falls when I went glamping, and that was perfect. I wouldn't mind doing something like that again, or going to like a little vineyard, since before the trip, like maybe 3 or 4 weeks before, I started weaning Niall off, and now we've officially been weaned for, yeah, like maybe 2 weeks, and it was not as hard as I was expecting. I'm so thankful for that, because I was nervous because he loves his milk, but I looked up some tips and followed them and just tried to explain everything the best I could, and it worked out. But yeah, now I can take a little drinky drink sometimes if I want to, which I'm not a huge drinker, but I wouldn't mind like a vineyard experience. That sounds nice. Yeah, so that was like one of my big insights from the trip, just how much more like radiant and glowy I am when I get time to really take care of myself and not really have anything to worry about, and just how much better I feel. How much better I feel when I'm just like able to really pour into myself like that. There was something else I wanted to say. Yeah, it's just important for my relationship with myself. So yeah, that was a big insight. Because I feel like I brought some of that radiance from my trip back home, and I just feel really like grounded and in a good place. So I want to keep that up. I want to keep that up as long as I can. So I'll let you guys know whenever I'm on my next little solo trip. I wasn't completely solo there the whole time because I was doing the training, so I was meeting with people, and I flew with one of my coworkers and my manager for the training. But we all had our own rooms, so I did get a good amount of time alone, which was so nice. Let's see, is there anything else I want to talk about right now? I don't think so. That's pretty much a wrap up of this past week. Oh, one thing I wanted to say was I was really expecting and like kind of planning before my trip. I was like, well, I've been looking at the wrong place this whole time. This is a new phone, guys. I was like planning on watching YouTube, eating my food every night, just like in the bed, living like hotel life, which I did some, but I guess I never realized how much like when you're really living your own life and like enjoying it and stuff, how much smaller my desire was to watch other people like living. And don't get me wrong, I love YouTube. And if you're watching this, you probably love YouTube too, because I'm not a big creator or anything yet, honey. So yeah, but that was one thing that really stood out to me too, because it's like, okay, I have all this time that I usually don't have, all this time that I'm usually spending cooking and cleaning and taking care of the kids and driving them from this place to that place and all these other responsibilities. I have all this free time now, and guess what? I just want to walk outside. I just want to eat at new places. I just want to explore. And I know part of that is just from being in a new place. You want to, be out and explore. But even when I got home, I was cool with just taking my long shower and getting in the bed. Like, I watched a couple videos 1 or 2 days that I was there, but it wasn't like how I was expecting, like a nice long binge watching session. And also Emily in Paris, which I enjoy that show, came out last Saturday, so I was expecting to like spend a lot of time watching that. My desire for that wasn't that strong. My desire was just to like spend time with myself and explore. And then that kind of gave me a new gauge, like here at home. Like if I feel like just watching YouTube all the time, like all day, or like just spending way too much time on the screens, maybe I need to do something to like increase my life satisfaction. Yeah, so I'm gonna start using that kind of as a gauge, like, okay, because I think we all have our limit, we all have our threshold of what feels like healthy. I'm sweating so bad. I'm glad to sweat. That beautiful butterfly, oh my gosh, I think you guys got to see it a little bit. There's like a limit. There's a point where it feels good to sit and watch YouTube, like after you've accomplished everything you need to accomplish, all that kind of stuff. And then there's a point where it's like, okay, it's been like a lot of hours. I have done nothing but this, watching watching someone else live where it doesn't feel as good. So I just want to be more aware of that now, because that might be an indicator that I need to do something that's more exciting in my life or more like fulfilling in my life. It's just got to be a balance, you know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with watching YouTube, but when it gets to the point, or like scrolling through the shorts and like Instagram reels and everything, like the short form content can really like suck us in. And you know, there's days where, you know, that feels good, but when it doesn't feel good, but you find yourself not being able to stop, that's where we gotta like check in with ourselves. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to check in with myself more often, because there's like some things that I'm currently like changing in my life. I don't know if I've told the YouTube channel, but I'm in a software development course right now, full stack software development, and I'm gonna be until March. It started, look at this weird looking lake with all that algae on it. Interesting. Yeah, so I started in June. It ends in March, so it's a longish course, I guess. Not as much time as like a whole master's degree would be, but it'll hopefully get me in the direction I need to go money-wise. But I've been working on my relationship with money, because it just feels like I get some in and it's gone in like a day or two. And I really want to like show the universe and myself that if I get money, it's like safe with me. You know, like I'll take care of it, I'll multiply it, I'll make it grow, I'll help it thrive. So I've been like trying to be cognizant of that. And one thing that I want to start implementing, if I get to the cash register and I'm like way over whatever budget I set for myself, I want to start just putting stuff back. I say, oh, sorry, and just leave, you know? Because a lot of times, I think things are going to be way cheaper than they are. Look at all these dragonflies. I don't know if y'all can see them. So much beautiful nature. And then I get to the cash register and I'm shook. And I don't want that to be like my experience with money. Like, I want to have the money in there to where I'm getting the things I need, some of the things I want, and it feels good, you know, versus feeling like, oh dang, I just spent more than I was supposed to. Now I gotta move this around. You know what I mean? So I'm just trying to check in with myself, like stop myself dead in my tracks. Like, hold on. You said you wanted to work out today, which this typically isn't my problem, but sometimes it is. You said you wanted to work out today, yet you've been doing something else for this many hours. Get up and go on a walk. Get up and do 10 squats, something, you know, something's always better than nothing. So, yeah, another message is just to check in with yourself. If you told yourself you had certain things to do, or you wanted to start taking care of yourself in different ways, or using your free time, if you are lucky to have free time, for things other than like rotting and like just scrolling forever, stop yourself dead in your tracks and say, it's been an hour too long. It's time for me to get up and do something else that I told myself I wanted to do. So yeah, a lot of insights came in over my time by myself, and very grateful for it. I'm grateful for you guys listening and being able to just kind of process it all with me. I would love to know, do you guys like to travel? Do you guys like solo trips? If so, like, what are some of your favorite things to do? What have been some of your favorite experiences so far? What are you looking forward to most? Yeah, just let me know. We'll keep this conversation going, and I'll keep up with my hot girl walk. Let's see, can I get water? I want to get more water, but it looks blocked off. We'll see how it goes. Okay, y'all have a wonderful day. Bye.